This is the Kobe Bryant film room, and we're going to react to the first part of my series. We're going to react to Revisionist history, right? Shout out to Raul Presents Kobe for making this video. He explains a lot of the things that I was trying to say, right? But he just documents it in video form. And he provides excellent material and excellent evidence in exposing the mainstream media. Let's go.
Use this opportunity to say this is a postseason where LeBron's lack of championship medals showed. What Kobe's doing is showing his own unfortunate insecurity about where he ranks in the all-time greats, because 8th or 9th isn't good enough for him, evidently.
Let's be honest, this guy does not deserve the time he gets on television with some of the trash that comes out of his mouth. But while he's here, I might as well take the opportunity to clear some things up for the casual or less informed viewers.
Talking about LeBron's run in Cleveland, the 3 titles, and then, of course, the 6 finals losses over the course of his career. And that's where Kobe said you got to find a way to win. That's where Kobe
was a very non-excuse making individual, right? He didn't give a damn about excuses. He was about results. Hey, we got to figure something out, right? Kobe has been in series where a lot of times he had to pull something out of his ass, even with Shaq, right? He had to figure something out, had to figure out, study the defense. What is that team's weakness? You can't always be the team by scoring, and you can't always be the team by passing the ball, right? Maybe you might need to rebound. Maybe that's how you beat a certain team, right? Maybe you need to guard their best player and neutralize that offensive player to give your team the better chance. These are elements of basketball that the media doesn't talk about. They just throw their hands up and say, oh, there's nothing he could have done, right? And we're going to go through all that. But let's continue.
Engages in some of the most intellectually dishonest revisionist history you are going to find.
This clown is talking about revisionist history. Let's go. The puppets are out of control, y'all. These puppets are out of control.
Topic. An article came out in which a panel of former NBA players and analysts were asked about LeBron. They were asked about his performances in the finals and whether it affects his legacy that he had lost again to the Warriors the previous year. At this point, LeBron is 3-6 in the finals, so the players
And I want to say something, right? Can you imagine if Kobe was 3-6? He probably wouldn't even be in the top 100, the way these guys rank him.
Their view on whether his record matters or not. Here are the 9 players that were asked: Paul Pierce, Isaiah Thomas, Vince Carter, Grant Hill, Chauncey Billups, John Barry, Jalen Rose, Dennis Scott.
Excuse me, 4-6. This video was done a long time ago, done 4 years ago. But the reason why I want to go back in time and do some of these videos, because it puts you in the moment, right? What was the overall sentiment of the media? What was the overall sentiment of the fans, right?
And Kobe Bryant. Before I go on, note that less than half of the players here have at least one finals win. Also note that Kobe has won more championships than everyone else on the list combined.
That's right.
So is it surprising that the only person that said championships matter is the same person that won significantly more than the others?
Well, not only that, too, is that Kobe's probably had hours and hours of conversations with different legends, right? Talking to Bill Russell, talking to Kareem, right? Talking to Magic. And then on top of that, talking to MJ, right? Privately. Talking to Jerry West. And they all value winning more than anything. These are not losers, guys.
What happened was Kobe Bryant attempted to pass the same advice down to LeBron that he had received from Michael Jordan in 2008. When Kobe lost to the Celtics in the finals in 2008, Jordan had told him, "You got all the tools. You got to figure out how to get these guys to that next level to win that championship." The Celtics had won 66 games after just winning 24 the season before, and they loaded up with Kevin Garnett, Ray Allen, and Sam Cassell to add to Paul Pierce, Tony Allen, and
A
Rajon.
monster of a team, y'all. A monster of a team. I remember this commercial. Damn.
Rondo. It
Damn,
was
time flies, doesn't it?
the original super team
Oh,
of
wait.
the modern era. Kobe said, "Michael gave me some really good advice after the 08 finals. You got all the tools. You got to figure out how to get these guys to that next level to win that championship." Going into the 2010 series, I said, "Listen, Boston, they got Ray Allen, they got Paul Pierce, they got Kevin Garnett, they got Sheed. The talent is there. They're stacked. That was the first super team."
Now I want you to think about this. He's about to go through Mike's response, right? Listen to Mike's response. This is what tells you that Mike was on another level.
Michael kind of heard me lament about it, and he just goes, "Yeah, well, it is what it is. You got to figure it out. There's no..."
It's what it is, nigga. You in the thick of shit. So now you have to figure out how to be a leader. You have to figure out how to dig deep. And this is what greatness is all about, right? Dig deep. When people think you can't win, you pull the impossible, right? People didn't think Kobe was going to beat the Boston. People didn't think Kobe was going to be able to win without Shaq, right? Prove these clowns wrong.
Their alternative. And think about it. If you're trying to
There
get to
would
the
be no Kobe Bryant film room if he didn't prove these clowns wrong.
finals and beat the stacked team, there is no other alternative. Figure it out somehow and just do it. But as predictably as ever, Nick Wright couldn't accept that Kobe Bryant was merely giving LeBron good advice about having...
Because now 3 superstars is too much, right? But back then, people expected Kobe to get it done. Paul Pierce was a beast, right? Ray Allen, beast, right? Kevin Garnett, monster, right?
the right mindset toward winning. And that's the challenge LeBron has. You have pieces that you have to try to figure out how to work with. Excuses don't work right now. It has everything to do with how you build a team from an emotional level. How do you motivate them? Leadership is not making guys better by just throwing them the ball. That's
what Nick Wright believes. Passing guys the ball because it looks fun isn't always how do you get the best results.
What it is. It's about the influence that you have on them to reach their full potential. And some of it's not pretty. Some of it's challenging. Some of it's confrontational. Some of it's pat on the back. But it's finding that balance. So now when you show up to play a Golden State or a Boston, your guys feel like you have the confidence to take on more. Kobe was the only guy on the list that was so obsessed about winning that he almost surpassed MJ himself. And coincidentally, Jordan had the same attitude when it came to winning. Nick Wright wants to use the opinions of the players who have never even been in the finals to try to make...
Rajon Rondo just recently spoke about Kobe on the JJ Redick podcast. He said that guy did what it took to win. Talking about Kobe's, I think he had 15 rebounds. Talking about Kobe's 15 rebound performance, Game 7.
Think that LeBron losing in the finals does not matter.
Kobe says the only thing that ever mattered to me my entire career was championships. Well, yeah, except for the time that you made the Lakers pick between you and Shaq.
If you can remember, that summer, we were playing in Hawaii. Mm-hmm. And I think I was trying to get some new money.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
So listen up, y'all. I spoke about this in earlier videos. Listen up. We got the audio.
I had a nice little game in Hawaii, and I ran by the great Jackson Jerry Buss, and I was like, pay me. So I kind of knew he was upset at that. So after the game in the finals, we lost. We had that team dinner. And he came in and he sat by you and your lovely wife Vanessa. He didn't say nothing to me. I said to myself,
Brian's on the ball.
I said to myself, I'm in trouble. So 2 days later, me and little Sharif and Mimi, we at the counter, Mulholland State eating Frosted Flakes. And I hear Bitch Coach Check say, we will be taking inquiries on Shaq. And I think I was trying to.
Okay, y'all heard that, right? So they continued. Now the media knows this, right? Us YouTubers, we got the audio. We've been exposing this stuff. But the media also knows this, but they still repeat the same shit. Now ask yourself, what are their intentions with knowing this information and still repeating it? Right? Still repeating the narratives. Right? They have evil intentions, y'all. I don't know if Kobe didn't join the Illuminati. I don't know what their deal is with Kobe. But they hate this nigga.
Get some new money. And I think I was trying to get some new money.
After Shaq was traded, Dr. Buss was asked if he regretted it. Not at all. He's 60 pounds lighter in Miami than he was in Los Angeles. And as you've probably gathered recently, he seems to be having some health problems. My reaction was if he was not willing to get in shape, which he had 5, 8 years, some number of times to do, and we urged him. It seems that the motivation for him to lose weight was to trade him.
Now, where was Jason Whitlock? Right? The other video, Jason Whitlock was blaming Kobe. Why he ran off Shaq? Why he ran off Shaq? He's selfish, he's this, he's that. You're throwing around accusations, sir. But here's from the Los Angeles Times what they've said. Right? What the owner has said. Right? Who is the boss? Who makes the biggest decisions? Right? The legendary, right? Jerry Buss. He's responsible for building the Lakers to what it is today. He got Shaq's ass out of there. Because of Shaq was arrogant, as you heard, and he wouldn't get in shape, which he was asked to do for years. Even by Kobe, by management, everybody. And he was getting older, he was starting to break down, and Jerry Buss's reason was he wanted to play faster. He wanted to play a different way. Right?
Within 2 years, Pat Riley was sick of Shaq's...
You see how they remix history? Because Shaq is lovable, right? He's the guy who's laughing, joking, dancing and shit. They like him. He probably had some media members hang out at his house and buy them gifts and shit like that. But this is the truth, y'all.
And he was moved again.
And this doesn't mean Kobe's hands are always clean, right? Because we're not a Kobe worship channel, right? Kobe's hands, sometimes Kobe was in the wrong for how he treated people and things like that. I don't agree with everything Kobe done in his life just because I like Kobe, right? But we got to tell the truth about certain situations to expose the bullshit.
Getting hurt at the end of his career, that hurt his legacy. Not only as far as the numbers that he's absent of, but how he did it and the fashion for which he did it. He demanded the max salary in the team that had
This is a major lie. And this is why they try to use Tim Duncan. Oh, Tim Duncan took less. So therefore Kobe, he's a selfish asshole. He wouldn't take less to build the team. And see, this is the type of bullshit that they do, right? They're misinformed, or they're purposely trying to be deceptive, right? And I might do a video about Mr. Tim Duncan because it looks like everybody's career is getting scrutinized and examined, but nobody's really getting at Duncan in that same way. They like him because he's quiet and he doesn't say shit. Right? Which Duncan is an all-time great and a monster. But we have to look at some of his finals performances. Right? Some of his championships. Was his championships equal to Kobe's championships? And we're going to examine some of those performances because Tim Duncan was far from perfect on his finals performances. And some of you young guys sound stupid as hell trying to use Tim Duncan and throw him in front of Kobe. We're going to get into that. Because I was skeptical about. I talked to my homeboy about this, right? I said, Big Dog, y'all respond to Big Dog Talk Sports, right? I said, yo, these dudes are making me have to dog Tim Duncan, and I don't want to. They're making me have to pull out Tim Duncan's bad performances, and I don't want to. I want to keep this shit clean, right? I want to honor Tim Duncan. I don't want to hate on nobody. But this shit is getting out of control.
Flexibility.
Nick is getting more known for being a dunce and spreading misinformation, but Chris Carter isn't
Pinocchio.
either. I'm not sure if he just doesn't know the reality of this situation, or if he used this to push the narrative that Kobe was detrimental
Well,
to
they gave Chris Carter most likely a sheet of paper, right? And maybe he's a little misinformed, or maybe he's guilty too. But I think most of Chris Carter's is just not knowing enough about what happens, right? What not knowing enough about basketball. That's his sin, right? Being oblivious to things.
his team. But either way, he's wrong.
And like you said, media created
Shout
content.
out to Jalen Rose. Jalen Rose is out here, like, it seems like every time the truth needs to get exposed, Jalen Rose is somewhere. Speaking, right? Shout out to Jalen Rose.
There's no controversy with Kobe Bryant's contract extension,
But we created one.
but we created one.
Some dickhead went on Colin Coward show and insinuated Kobe was selfish. Oh wait, that was me.
And you see, he's responsible for that article of about Kobe's contract, right? And you see how that stuck with Kobe even to this day? And Rich Paul has the fucking nerve to talk about 24/7 media cycle about LeBron James. This lie is still circulating about Kobe after his death. Nobody came out in the media and did a mea culpa, right? Nobody said, yo, my bad. Like, this shit ain't true, right? Publicly. I'm talking about besides this, right? Really been buried. It's under the ground, right?
NBC, you won 5 championships. Everybody would love to get number 6.
According to these two, Kobe demanded the max and put pressure on the Lakers by taking up cap space and preventing them from signing any notable players. In reality, Kobe took a $6.5 million pay cut, and there was no negotiation.
And he been taking pay cuts too. Not only that, the man took a bunch of pay cuts to help the Lakers. How many pay cuts do you want the best player in the world to take?
Said the Lakers made their offer with cap and building a great team in mind, while still taking care of me as a player. I simply agreed to the offer.
Why do everybody try to get the millionaire to take a pay cut from the billionaire?
You just made Kobe's case. He made this case on Twitter.
That's true.
All right, so I see there's 2 separate arguments here. First argument, he deserves $50 million a year for what he's worth to the Lakers. For ticket prices,
He
merchandise.
deserves way more than that. You see the money these guys are making today? That shit was peanuts. Right? But it shows you back then, the contract situations was fucking crazy. That was a lot back then what Kobe got. But now, compared to now, ugh.
Warner deal.
Time Warner deal doesn't happen if Xavier Henry is their best player.
I'll take DeMar DeRozan's contract over that $50 billion.
Right.
Kobe Bryant has come to the realization that this situation, while we may be able to get another max player, I hear a lot of people saying that, but let me tell you the one thing
Yes.
I haven't heard somebody say.
Okay.
Who that max player is going to be.
He doesn't exist.
Exactly. And there was none of these max players were free agents. So how the fuck were Kobe gonna take a pay cut to bring somebody over? And see, these are the lies that the media has stuck with, right? But we're gonna get it right today.
But by the way, you put Carmelo Anthony when Kobe together.
And
you're
shout
not-
out to Bill Simmons for, he fucked up when he did that story because it wasn't true. But shout out for Bill Simmons for actually being a man, whether you like him or not, being a man and sitting here with Jalen Rose and actually telling the truth and admitting he was wrong.
winning a title. There's no other players. We're now out of the max player thing.
All of the max players are under contract.
Bill Simmons is the one responsible for spreading the rumor that Kobe was being selfish, and the media and the fans bought it. So many people ate this up that even a good number of Lakers fans thought it was true. I had to include this to show you that this is what the media does throughout a player's career, to try to spread.
It was a purposeful way, not on Ben Simmons' part, but Bill Simmons, not on Bill Simmons' part, but there's a perfect and tactical way for them to bring him down, right? The media grabbed that and ran with it because they had ulterior motives, and I think those orders came from the top. That's just me.
Opinion on that player. They will completely ignore or only show negative traits of players like Kobe or Bird or Magic or Kareem. This is why there's been a televised LeBron versus Jordan debate every day for the past 5 years, as if he surpassed everyone else on the list.
I hate getting into these
discussions. Strategic, y'all. Since 2003, when Kobe was going through that Colorado incident, they went the LeBron route. Right? LeBron even got bigger check from Nike because of that. Right? They saw potential in LeBron as far as his greatness, which we all saw. Right? We all saw that LeBron was a beast and a hell of a basketball player. But they did not want Kobe to shine. It's not even LeBron's fault. Well, some of it is, but if it wasn't LeBron, they would have promoted somebody else. They tried the T-Mac versus Kobe conversation, right? They tried the Kobe versus Vince Carter. They tried different niggas on Kobe, and it just didn't work out. LeBron was the only one who was on that level who they could compare to tear Kobe down.
Because we always have to try to tear.
It's an anybody but Kobe thing. Tim Duncan plays a different position. Let's compare him to Kobe, right?
Down someone's career to discuss it.
And the other thing is, and this is I agree with you that too often when we compare players.
What you got, Pinocchio? What you got?
And I try not to do this in the LeBron-Jordan debate. I try not to talk about where Jordan wasn't great. I just talk about where LeBron is excellent.
Y'all believe that shit?
Still facts. 3 straight first-round exits.
This nigga is the worst human being. I wonder how he is to his friends, bro. Like, your car breaks down, you call him, he say come in, he'll never show up. That type of nigga.
For Michael Jordan, early in his career. You know how many first-round exits LeBron has? Same as you and me.
Yep.
None, and we ain't playing the league.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
I implore everyone to read this Howard Beck article.
Yeah, it goes
Every single person quoted in this article is they're asked about what about LeBron's record, and they're like, well, man, Jerry West is the logo. What about the championships? Well,
the fucking logo. Are you serious? Are you serious?
It's all about championships. Why don't we talk more about Russell? Everyone is measured except for Kobe. America needs.
Y'all believe that? Y'all believe Kobe ain't measured? Kobe is shitted on consistently.
Reminded. Here's how many forget championship, playoff series Kobe Bryant won in his career without an All-NBA big man, either Shaq or Pat. 0.
No.
Kobe led the Lakers to the finals.
And you see how he lies and he's still able to be on TV? So you guys think that these guys dressed in suits they're so accurate with their numbers and their stats? They lie. They're promoted to that position, I believe. They're promoted to that position to spread the propaganda, right? It's entertainment, y'all. They don't tell the truth. But let's let Raul explain this.
In 2008, with 0 All-NBA players and 0 All-Stars, Pau Gasol was neither that year. And not only that, he took them to the finals in the Western Conference, where all 8 teams had 50 or more wins. Pau Gasol did make the All-NBA third team the following year and in 2010, but nobody else on the Lakers was either an All-Star or an All-NBA player for 3 straight years that LA made the finals.
3 years in Kobe's career in the heart of his prime, ages 26, 27, 28. He didn't have Shaq, he didn't have Pat. He missed the playoffs once, got bounced in the first round twice. Kobe had to deal with a teammate situation similar to what LeBron dealt with this year, similar to what LeBron dealt with in 07. And by the LeBron standard, he failed miserably.
No.
Nick Wright just compared the 2018 Cavs to the mid-2000s Lakers. LeBron had an all-star teammate named Kevin Love putting up 18 and 9. During the regular season...
See that? You see that? Context, y'all. Ding, ding, ding. Let's get it.
He had Dwayne Wade and Isaiah Thomas, both former All-Stars, but who were traded before the playoffs. Kyle Korver was playing better at this point than Ray Allen did in Miami. And J.R. Smith and Tristan Thompson, while they aren't All-Stars, were players that LeBron specifically wanted on his team. From going to the finals in 2004 to missing the playoffs in 2005, the Lakers changed more than 10 players, replaced Phil Jackson, and Kobe missed 16.
Y'all hear that? We were in turmoil. Y'all hear that? As a franchise.
Games due to a sprained shoulder. He rarely missed this many games in his prime, regardless of his injuries, so he probably came back early on top of it. Then in 2006 and 2007, his team was even worse. Kobe had Lamar Odom, Luke Walton, Smush Parker, Kwame Brown, and Brian Cook.
This is a 2018 lie, y'all. The 2018 has became a legend of bullshit, right? And we gonna expose that shit because it's not true. They're banking on your memory being fucked up. That's what they're banking on.
Starting or getting the most minutes next to him. Odom was by far the best teammate at the time, but he wasn't an all-star, he wasn't an all-NBA player, and he had to be the second option because there was literally no one else. Kobe still dragged that team to the playoffs in the West and almost beat the second-seeded Phoenix Suns, ultimately losing in 7. The following year, they lost in 5 games to the same
Look at his second best scorer. All the way to the right, you'll see the points per game. His second best best score is 15 points per game, bro. Right? Y'all see that shit? And I'm talking about a bad 15. Not saying that Lamar Odom's not a good player, but I'm saying like bro, that 15 wasn't really that impactful. Right? Considering the fact that he's playing 40 minutes.
Both years, Kobe led the league in scoring and single-handedly vaulted the Lakers to a top 8 and top 7 offense despite having no real second option. Can you imagine if Kobe had Kyle Korver instead of Luke Walton and Kevin Love instead of Brian Cook?
And it's funny that people forget about Kyle Korver, but the year before he was All-Star. Right? They got Kyle Korver for peanuts. Right? And then you still have Kevin Love. And we're just sitting here ignoring the fact that he had Kevin Love and giving him all this praise. Which he deserves praise. Because it was a great accomplishment. But you can't use it to shit on Kobe. That's what we're saying.
Kevin Love is a legitimate second option, capable of putting up 20 and 10.
So, and now, I don't believe he failed because teammates matter. But Kobe opining in this article...
You hear this, motherfucker? Now, in the last video I did, right before this one, he said the Lakers were bad for 3 years. He brought it up during his jersey retirement. See, we got the records. We digging in the crates for this shit. I'm going to put this shit together. I'm going to paint a picture for you niggas. So y'all can understand how they lie to you. How do you build a legacy and make it bigger than it is, and how you destroy a legacy and tarnish a name and tear down one. Right? Let's go.
About how you make your teammates better, that's comedy. That's comedy coming from this player who, as great as he was, that was one of his weaknesses.
Yes.
And LeBron's, as whatever you think of LeBron, his greatest strength is that.
If you could have picked any current player right now to play with for an entire season, who would you pick?
Probably Kobe, because of the fact that he's, well, of course he wouldn't have been shooting as much as he does now.
Yeah, you really have to talk.
And Bird will talk to him about that shit. Hey, Bird might call him a nigga. He start taking all the shots Kobe's taking.
Desire to win, his dedication in all season.
Yeah, nigga, pass the damn ball. I can see Bird saying that shit.
And he's just tough. He's just a tough cat. But if you want to have fun like I did with Bill Walton, you play with LeBron.
Really?
It'd be probably more fun to play with LeBron, that if you want to win and win and win, it's Kobe.
Yes.
But when the quote is LeBron's got to make his teammates better,
He's got to do less. He actually said he's got to
do less. Like, that's the part that to me resonates as so hollow.
Right, and if I'm asking Kobe these questions, I would have asked Kobe about Magic Johnson. And I wonder what he would have said. Because Magic won 5, lost 4.
Oh.
You know, would he have told Magic that you have to find a way to win?
That's stupid logic.
Magic Johnson won 5
Chris
rings.
Carter's trying, bro. He has to say something to keep his job.
Took 9 tries, and he did that in just 11 seasons. He obviously knows how to win. This is another attempt, a bad one, at trying to cover up LeBron's shortcomings by pointing at another
I ain't
player.
mad at Chris Carter. He needs his damn job, boy. He said anything.
Except Magic was much more
And people need
successful.
to stop acting like LeBron is the same as Magic. Bringing up Magic's deficiencies ain't the same as LeBron's deficiencies. They're two different players, right? People need to stop that shit, bro. Magic and LeBron are not the same.
Magic won a ring and Finals MVP as a rookie, and LeBron.
And LeBron does not play like Magic. Magic is more back to the basket. Magic is a true pass first. LeBron, to me, is an ISO scorer who can pass. But LeBron is definitely a scorer. Don't let them fool y'all and say he's not a scorer.
Didn't even make the playoffs until his 3rd season. But they're not going to mention that part.
Sometimes people, they don't remember it the same way. But if you look at it, like you're a basketball fan, all those things that Nick and I talk about were true about Kobe Bryant.
Y'all believe that? Shout out to Raul, man. Y'all subscribe to Raul Presents Kobe, right? Beautiful work. I couldn't have said it better myself. Well, this is the Kobe Bryant Film Room, and I'll hop.